wasting my 2 precious hours with your movie. I don't have any bloody use for it.
I was just asking for a friend. Thank you, though. I'll let him know.
Thank you. I lean over to the chick next to me. Did you hear what he said about you?
Hey, Zay.
Yeah, Cam.
You know, I was on a trip to Europe and I broke my leg when I tried to compete in the Tour de France.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I had to find a way to fix it, so I had to adopt a shin. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam. This is Zay, and today we are getting into the movie Adaptation. This will be our reaction to it. This is a movie that both Zay and I have not seen before. This was a big bite suggestion by James Jackson, so thank you, James Jackson. And apparently it's about 2 brothers, Charlie and Donald. Other than that, it's a comedy drama, and Nick Cage, Tilda Swinton, they're all in it. Meryl Streep apparently won an award. I don't really know anything else about this movie, Zay. Is there anything you know about this movie before we get into it?
No. So super excited to get into it. Thank you, James, for the big bite suggestion.
Okay. I do have one more thing I gotta say, but Zay's gotta take his headphones off. So James gave us some information to read after we watched the movie, like a background of the movie, I guess. And I didn't read that information, but I did see, as I saw the message, I did see that apparently Donald is a made-up brother. I don't know if that spoils anything or if that's just a fun fact to know later. But Zay doesn't know it. I do, but I didn't read anything else that he had on there. But that is something I saw, so I had to let you guys know. Zay, you can put your headphones back on.
All right.
With that being said, if you like what you're watching, leave a like down below, subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already, and if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and various other movies, we'll get 3 added movie reactions ahead of you to even farther ahead than 4 full-length reactions, or potentially become a Big Buy member where you can suggest one full-length reaction to a movie of your choice that may or may not make it as edited reaction on YouTube. You can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. Let's get into Adaptation.
Nope.
Maybe if I were happier, my hair wouldn't be falling out.
Damn.
What?
Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
Okay.
I have those thoughts every day that I wake up.
I need to turn my life around. What do I need to do? I need to fall in love. I need to have a girlfriend.
Homie is having all the thoughts.
Every thought.
Maybe it's my brain chemistry. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Bad chemistry. All my problems and anxiety.
I mean, this is quite literally the audio representation of a train of thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up! Do it yourself. Shut up! Okay?
On the set of Being John Malkovich.
Okay.
What am I doing here? Why did I bother to come here today? Nobody even seems to know my name. How did I get here?
Oh,
Hollywood.
He wanted to go all the way back.
4 billion and 40 years earlier. Oh my gosh.
I didn't expect that.
Oh, she looked at my hairline. She thinks I'm bald.
You think you're great. I'd love to find a portal into your brain.
Trust me, it's no fun.
Yeah, doesn't sound it.
I'd want to let the movie exist rather than be artificially plot-driven.
Great.
He is an anxious mess.
Yeah.
I just don't want to ruin it by making it a Hollywood thing, you know, turn it into a movie about drug running, you know? Why can't there be a movie simply about flowers?
Well, guess you got to make money.
Or characters, you know, learning profound life lessons or growing.
I mean, I
Feels like
guess
a personal shot, but okay.
White man and 3 Seminole men arrested with rare orchids they'd stolen out of a place called the Fakahatchee Strand.
Oh, hey, no.
No.
Polly
Wow.
and I.
I mean, it's cute. It's pretty. Wait.
Hopefully they can preserve it.
You are aware it's illegal to remove plants or animals from the state-owned land.
Oh, they're in Florida.
Huh.
You know that even though Seminole Chief Billy killed a Florida panther, one
state couldn't successfully prosecute him because, you know, he's an Indian. I believe they used to thatch the roofs of their traditional chickee huts.
Well, they had this completely prepared.
I can't let you fellas leave yet. Just hold on there a minute.
Assert a little authority, my brother. Come on. He's like,
What do you want him to do? Fucking, oh, he's running. Fucking.
just be like, well, first off, he ain't going nowhere that I can verify all this information you just spat out.
Maybe we should write our names on our food items from now on. What do you think? What's with you?
Oh, they're identical.
Oh.
I'm taking a 3-day seminar, and it's only $500. Anybody who says he's got the answer is going to attract desperate people. Sorry, I apologize.
What?
His back, remember? That's why he's laying on the floor, I think.
Charlie, we're gonna fix you up. We're gonna solve the whole Charlie Kaufman mess for once and for all.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out with me tonight, Amelia.
Aw.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I see the facial tension. Don't do it. Or do it if she wants it. I feel like there's tension on both sides. He probably could have.
I've been a professional horticulturist for like 12 years. I'm a published author, both in magazine and book form, and I have extensive experience with orchids. And
Yeah, but you can't just take them.
I'm right, and I'll take it all the way to Supreme Court, because that judge can screw herself. That for real would go in?
Absolutely.
He said it. That's a quote.
Got his attention.
Yeah. He's like, oh, so you're really just going to write. Okay. Well.
The driver of the van is a skinny man with no front teeth.
Wait a second.
John LaRoche. I need a break.
Is he writing he's writing the movie that she wrote about already? I
He's
mean, I
writing
know
of the movie version of her book. Yes.
I know, but it's like, is he pretty much just writing like verbatim what the book is?
No,
or
screenwriting, you have to write everything into it. It's screenwriting.
I guess.
You have to write, like, I'm assuming, because he said we open on, so it's going to have to, all the shot changes and everything, I'm assuming is going to be.
Okay.
I would stay out. It's just that I've really been struggling on the script right now. I thought I should get home and try to get a good night's sleep, start fresh in the morning.
In a sense, this could be the movie. That'd be pretty meta, right?
Yeah.
Good night, then. I'm such a chicken. I'm such an idiot. I should have kissed her. I've blown it.
It's all right. You're fine.
It's interesting being like directly in his consciousness, like
Yeah.
this is like.
I researched it. As long as I don't touch the plant, Florida can't touch us. I'm a hero. Flowers are saved. LaRoche and nature win.
Why don't you share the information? Yeah, delusions of grandeur. It's like if you really wanted this, you would save or you would share that information, how to cultivate the flowers.
But where's the money in that? He shares it. They're just people are just gonna be like, oh, that's how you do it, and then they're just not gonna be like, ah, fuck you, we figured it out.
Delusions of grandeur. He just wants to make.
There's nothing
money.
grander than some money, baby.
You were at the swamp with him, weren't you? I saw you at the courthouse, that's how I know. Maybe I could talk to you for a second. I'm just trying to get a feel for the whole...
And he's trying to get a feel for something himself.
Yeah.
I can see your sadness.
Oh.
It's lovely.
God. What the fuck is happening?
Well, I'm just tired, that's all. That's my problem.
She's like, shh, you're sad.
I could get some background.
I'm not going to talk too much.
He's looking at her like, you're pathetic.
It's the Indian way.
You're not going to talk to her at all, actually. You turn her around before she even got to ask a question.
That nectary all the way down there, Darwin hypothesized a moth with a nose 12 inches long to pollinate it.
Oh yeah, we learned about this. It's a certain kind of evolution where they rely on each other. Like the flowers, honey nectar grows so that only that moth can get into it, which allows it to
Relationship with the insect that pollinates it.
Yeah.
The insect is drawn to this flower. It's double. It's
It's soulmate. And if the flower goes extinct, the insect goes extinct. And if the insect goes extinct, the flower goes extinct.
Huh.
And neither the flower nor the insect will ever understand the significance of their lovemaking.
It's like a beautiful thing, but this insect's humping a flower. It's so fucking crazy. Things are gay like that. The fucking flower is just sitting there, yo.
When you spot your flower, you can't let anything get in your way.
It was very poetic the way he put
Yeah.
that.
Didn't expect that.
I want to know what it feels like to care about something passionately.
Well, you clearly care about writing.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a serial killer, right? Well, no, wait. And he's being hunted by a cop. We find out that the killer really suffers from multiple personality disorder. He's actually really the cop and the girl. Isn't that fucked up?
Isn't that the movie Identity that we watched?
I think so.
Or
Basically, something similar.
Me and my beautiful new wife, my now ex-wife, bitch,
Damn.
open up a nursery, admire my plants and admire me. I think some people were really spending time with me because they were lonely.
Damn. That felt like a shot. She's like, I'm not me. He's not talking about me.
Adaptation's a profound process.
Stop, they said it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Hey, man. Please don't hit on crew members, Donald. Just don't embarrass me, okay? I have to work with these people. I won't. I meant to ask you, I need a cool way to kill people.
What?
No.
Oh, for the movie.
The killer's a literature professor. He cuts off little chunks from his victims' bodies until they die. I like that. See, I was kidding, Donald.
Oh, I thought it was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, all right.
Do you mind if I use it, though?
He's about 2 seconds away from just going ham on him.
He's like, okay.
Hey, it's Amelia. Hey, Amelia.
Ooh.
This is David, my friend.
You were holding hands. He's not your friend.
Yeah.
Is the work good?
It's a disaster. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, it's my problem. I don't want to bore you. I should go. I was just heading home to do some work. You coming? No, man. I'm going to stay at Caroline's tonight.
It's like the, incel fucking response to, a girl.
To dramatize a flower, I have to show the flower's arc. And the flower's arc stretches back to the beginning of life. Darwin writes that we all come from the very first single-cell organism. Yet here I am. And there's La Rose.
I actually was the first single-cell organism. Told you I'm the best adapter.
That's it. That's what I need to do. Tie all of history together.
I think that's $2,000.
Yeah.
Right before life begins on the planet.
What?
Life begins, with organisms.
We did get that.
Yeah.
The primitive mammals, the primates, monkeys, the simple monkeys, the old-fashioned monkeys giving way to the new
I
monkeys.
have a feeling we're watching the movie he's trying to write. Part of me
Yeah.
is thinking that.
He says we have to realize that we all write in a genre. There hasn't been a new genre since Fellini invented the mockumentary. My genre's thriller.
You know what's so funny? Because
You and I share the same DNA. Is there anything more lovely than that?
my gosh.
He's like the dad from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. It's funny because his brother is so positive about everything, but he doesn't realize he's in his perspective, he's getting his face rubbed in. He's he's going to a seminar, he's learning about stories, he's writing a movie, he's not even thinking about the stress of it and all that. He's like, I fucking hate you.
With a passion.
Whatever happened to your nursery?
Sometimes bad things happen, darkness descends.
Nursery business good, Johnny?
Everything's good, Uncle Jim.
I'm so proud of you two.
My father's dead.
I killed my mom, and my uncle.
My lord.
And my wife was in a coma for like 3 weeks.
Oh my.
Divorced me, you know, soon after she regained consciousness.
Wow. That's sad.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
It's like a free pass. Nobody can judge you if you almost died.
Well, I judged her.
Yeah.
Maybe I was being judged too.
Yeah, it seems like she might have wanted to leave you much longer
King
before.
Andrew came along and just swooped down like an angel of God and wiped out everything I had left.
What a fucking tragedy.
Seriously.
It's beautifully written. You have such a unique voice.
Thank you very much.
LaRoche is such a fun character.
He's not really a character. I mean, he's a person.
You want to make it into a movie?
Into a movie.
Oh, God. I've never written a screenplay before, so...
Oh, don't worry about that. We have screenwriters to write the screenplay.
Well, you have this guy.
He's a screenwriter.
No.
What?
Didn't you say you didn't want to do like a heist?
You're a genius.
Which line?
You're genius. You're genius.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he's yeah, okay.
Oh.
So he's all right. What
Also, the Orchid
fooled
Thief
us
is the name
again.
of the name of the book, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, we open with LaRoche. He's funny. Okay, he says, I love to mutate plants. We have to have the court case. Okay, we show LaRoche. Okay, he says...
Sounds like it's about my skill in screenwriting. Okay, so we do this. Okay, so we do that.
There are too many ideas and things and people, too many directions to go. It whittles the world down to a more manageable size.
That's fair.
Sad insights.
Don't have to tell us about sad insights.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in there.
Charlie.
Oh no.
And
Oh, here we go.
His fantasies.
All right.
One of these maybe will just help him develop a great idea or start for the book.
I wonder if this ever played on the big screen. Just everybody in the audience just like, all right.
Just be like, listen, can't judge someone's creative process, you know? That's
Focus on one thing in the story and then write about that.
We see Susan Orlean, delicate, haunted by loneliness, fragile.
This is a really meta fucking movie.
yeah.
I suppose I do have one unembarrassed passion. I want to know how it feels to care about something passionately.
Yeah, it's so crazy because it's like we're watching what he wrote and it's also relevant to him and it's just it's like a weird cycle. It's cool, but it's very meta. Oh. Hide, run.
Look. Nope. I'd be like this. I'd be like
Things are going really well now, and I wanted to let you know.
Oh, well, that's great. I mean, I'm really anxious to see something here with Susan right now. And she's dying to meet you.
No. Imagine that. Two ladies you fucking whacked it to are about to trap you down in this conversation.
Like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Hi, Susan. So nice to meet you. I jerked off to you last night. I mean,
Once you meet somebody that you've already been writing about, it becomes very hard to separate. So
she's like, yeah.
I can't even meet her. I can't meet anyone.
I have no understanding of anything outside of my own panic and self-loathing and pathetic little existence.
Yeah, but so is he gonna write a story about him writing a story about him writing?
We open on Charlie Kaufman.
I mean, it's fucking crazy if you think about it.
Well, we open on Charlie Kaufman, he said now, so...
A lovely, statuesque film executive.
It's literally, gonna be a movie about him writing a book about Susan's book.
Well, no, it's him writing a movie about him writing a movie about him writing a movie because it started with him wanting to write a movie about her book, but now it's him wanting to write a movie about him writing a movie about her book, but then it would be him writing a movie about him writing a movie about him writing a movie about her book, and then it's just about him writing a movie about him writing a movie. And now we're watching the movie that he wrote about him writing the movie.
I finished my script. Now the killer cuts off body pieces and makes his victims eat them. It's kind of like Caroline has this great tattoo of a snake swallowing its own
funny
tail.
because we have this like really meta, intricate
It's called Ouroboros.
idea, and it's juxtaposed by his brother, who's like, "It's called the Three."
Yeah.
Oh! They just did it. The Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Yeah, the snake that eats itself. It's
Yeah,
the movie that it's him writing a movie about him writing a movie. Snake eating itself.
They get somebody to write the screenplay.
Hey, I think I should play me.
Most people,
I mean, I agree. I don't think anyone could play him better than him.
Follow me. They're right nearby.
She gonna see an alligator fucking leap out that water.
We'll wait a few minutes, then we'll be able to tell which way the sun's moving.
You're you know you're screwed when your tour guide busts out the fucking homemade sundial.
Sundial, like, nah. You didn't even bring a compass?
Fuck the sundial. I know how to get out of here. I know this swamp like the back of my goddamn hand.
Oh, man. What do you do in this situation? You have to follow him. Like, where else are you going? You don't know your way back. Where are you going to go?
life seemed to be filled with things that were just like the ghost orchid. Wonderful to imagine and fleeting. Went out of reach.
Yeah. He's probably not living up to what you expected.
Read? It's just amazing.
I don't know what that is.
Donald's script.
Oh, my...
I mean, he's really goddamn amazing at structure.
I have to go.
All right. Audio.
Imagine you're revered, like, you're a good guitarist for a band, and your brother's like, yeah, I went to one lesson from this guitar teacher online, and now he plays for Van Halen. It's like, how the fuck? I was like, you should learn from your brother. He's pretty good.
I know, right? Now he's going to the seminar that his brother from.
Easy answers, rules to shortcut yourself to success. And here I am, because my jaunt into the abyss brought me nothing.
Yeah, he feels like he's stooping down.
Mm-hmm.
God help you if you use voiceover in your work, my friends. God help you. It's flaccid, sloppy writing. Any idiot can write voiceover narration.
My lord.
Wow.
Something tells me we're not going to get
You cannot have a protagonist without desire.
voice over narration anymore.
Yeah.
What if a writer is attempting to create a story where nothing much happens, where people don't change, more a reflection of the real world?
Nothing happens in the world? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Oh my gosh. Sit back down.
Go, please sit down, sir. Please.
Why the fuck are you wasting my 2 precious hours with your movie? I don't have any bloody use for it.
I was just asking for a friend. Thank you, though. I'll let him know.
Thank you. I lean over to the chick next to me. Did you hear what he said about you? Did you hear what he said about that question you asked me to ask? Never ask that shit again.
You gotta go back. Put in the drama.
I can't go back. I've got pages of false starts and wrong approaches.
You can have flaws, problems, but wow them in the end. And you've got a hit.
Debatably.
Your characters must change, and the change must come from them. You'll be fine.
You promise?
Whoa. Whoa.
He needs this. Words of affirmation.
He told me to promise. I've been like...
Have you taken my course before?
My brother did. My twin brother, Donald.
Julius and Philip Epstein, who wrote Casablanca. They were twins. Finest screenplay ever written.
Great writer's residence.
Yeah, maybe work with your brother.
Yeah.
How would the great Donald end the script? Shut up. She said that she didn't care about flowers. For God's sake, it's just a metaphor. Well, but for what? I think you actually need to speak to this woman, to know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point.
Really? I'll go.
But maybe you don't need to speak with her if you're going to interpret it. Like, it's art. You can try to figure it out yourself or have your own interpretation.
Yeah, but if he's going to try to... I think he's just struggling to even interpret it in general.
If you could have dinner with one historical personage, living or dead, who would it be?
Einstein. Or Jesus.
Interesting
answer. She's like, this dude is not writing my fucking movie right now.
She's like, no fucking way, this dipshit.
People who answer questions too right are liars, and everybody says Jesus and Einstein. That's a prepackaged answer.
he might be onto something here.
Yeah.
What's Jesus and Einstein? Imagine me and you. I do. Come on. Leave her alone. She's crying. Must be her husband.
If she notices you, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cringe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she's a lesbian and doesn't know how to tell him.
That's certainly a hypothesis.
That is a hypothesis for sure.
We're going to Miami tomorrow. I said no. I said, oh yeah, baby, come here.
He knew she was lying.
I told you I'd find the jewel of the Fakahatchee.
It is a really pretty flower.
It's just a flower.
What did you want to
Well, I might as well grab it. As long as I'm here.
Yeah, but you know, again, potentially because
Yeah.
it's a story about disappointment. She saw it, she was disappointed. It wasn't what she expected, but now she had to make something fantastical about it because it's all about how you end the story. The third act is where you can make it a hit type of situation, and so she
Yeah.
lied.
They wanted the ghost just to extract a drug.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew? He was one of the guys?
Sure.
There was this one day he was fascinated by me, by
Well.
my hair.
Yeah, he was tripping balls.
I can extract it for you. I know how. I watched. I'm probably the only white guy who knows.
I'm done with Orchid LaRoche.
Wow.
Oh.
Talk about calling back to that.
Yeah.
And that would
Are you
be
done with it? Because it appears.
But why is it green? I mean, is it the plant part
I think
of
it's
the orchid?
I think it's the plant. It must be. Yeah. Should you imagine coming home or like coming back to your hotel room with her? You're like, "Hey, what are you doing?
Just-
Is this green cocaine?
What are these green lines? Fucking.
Did you get my package?
John?
Yeah. Which one do you want me to do?
You'd be like, you're no good. Hangs up, listens to the fucking normal tone.
Cuddling it.
We got it.
That's fucking amazing.
Well,
It's like watching someone get drunk or high for the first time, literally. Like the ridiculous shit they do.
Just like that.
but now I'm questioning how much of this is like, how much of this really happened.
Mm. You can't expose her affair in the film, right?
I know, but I think it's so interesting because this is what he said. He's like, add some drama, make the
yeah,
good,
no,
the
it
third act,
is.
it will make it all. And like now we're watching this more like fantastical type of third act, which is so different from the first two acts of the movie. But then it also makes you wonder, like, okay, but is any of this, because we're watching what he wrote, but
Yeah.
and it feels like what he wrote up to this point was true. Now it's like, is this just
the-
because you need a flair? Or is
Because
this
the
just,
book ended, and he's like, "Well, there's no." When what's his name was like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" He's like, "You need to have more to." He's like, "That's where it ends." He's like, "The third act." So yeah,
Yeah.
or are we just making this up? Oh my god!
or is this like a dramatized version of maybe? I mean, this just seems way more like the third act. You know, like this is the
Yeah.
fantastical. But what's your plan? What are you gonna be like?
What are you,
Gotcha,
knock 'em-
bitch! Like fucking.
Y'all two fucking in there? It's just... And also, what are you gonna put in? You put in the movie as I snuck behind the back and peeped on them having sex. Are you seeing enough? Keep going. You do not run very fast, brother.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, this is gonna be awkward.
He's that screenwriter.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Are you gonna write about this in your screenplay?
I really don't know what this is.
I don't think any of us do.
Yeah.
We have to kill him.
What?
I don't know. What are we supposed to do? You tell me what to do.
Dog,
Really
I would have shit
crazy.
my pants. And if he said, "You're right, we do," I'd be like, "Oh my god."
I love. I love
crazy bitch.
joke
Are you
on itself. The movie is like it's like you are getting what you wanted,
Yeah,
right? You're getting your
yeah.
big ending.
I feel like you've done this before. Like, to be honest.
And it's so meta too because at the beginning he was like, I don't want to turn it into something that like it's all Hollywood or whatever.
It's a
but then,
heist or
but then he was told he
guns.
needs to show change from within, and this is him changing and
I
deciding.
don't want to
he isn't.
shoehorn in guns or drugs. Drugs
Yeah.
or guns.
Yeah, yeah.
Brother. I mean that literally, brother.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
damn. Susan! What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
I love this movie. Oh my gosh.
This is awesome.
And it's so meta too, because the movie is called Adaptation. And it's like the movie
Movie's
is
adapting.
adapting to what we as the audience like. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. How we went from being like, wow, this is really sad, to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I spent my whole life paralyzed, worrying about what people think of me. And you're just oblivious. It was this time in high school. I was watching you at the library window. You were talking to Sarah Marsh. When you walked away, she started making fun of you with Kim Kennedy.
Oh man.
I knew. I heard them.
Aw.
I love Sarah, Charles. Even Sarah didn't have the right to take it away.
Wow.
Wow.
She thought you were pathetic. That was her business, not mine.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah, oh, my bad.
Marco Polo. Damn it. I'd be like, damn it. Oh wait, no, they left. Oh, nope, he's right there.
John!
Oh, he got a gun. Oh, he...
Damn.
I can't believe I got shot. Stop laughing.
That's crazy.
Donald, you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Donald.
Oh, he's still alive.
Imagine me and you. I do. I think about you day and night. So happy together.
So happy together.
They really are still hunting him down. Where's an alligator? Yes.
Oh, two of them. Oh, come on. What are they gonna be like? What are we doing?
No, he's like, "Ah, let me just chamber this one real quick."
I'm sorry. I have to do this too. You put yourself in.
Got his ass. Alligator death roll, baby. Got his
He's
ass.
like, I'm not a killer. Alligator it is, but I am. I'm sorry. If you just saw that, are you gonna fucking walk right over there? Hell no. That's the most unrealistic thing about this whole damn movie. You'd be out of the water.
Shimmying back out the water, like, I'll.
Oh, you fat piece of shit!
Fuck you, lady! You're just a lonely, old, desperate, pathetic drug addict!
Woof.
Oh, what? Did you go too far?
Oh, wah, wah, wah. Cry about it. Get out, though, before she pulls the pistol out. And because now she has even more of a reason to kill you.
I want my life back. I want it back before it all got fucked up. I want to be new.
I don't think it works that way. But yeah, I can't imagine that level of regret where you're like, I want to start over completely.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Definitely sad.
You are what you love, not what loves you. He tries to thank his brother, but can't put it into words.
He's writing a fantastic movie.
Things okay with you?
And then in January, David and I went to Prague, and there's this church decorated with, like, human skulls and bones.
I'm sorry, what?
No, rewind. Back it up. 40,000. All right. You went for it.
Charlie, I'm with someone. Why are you doing this now?
I love you.
No.
That's so sweet.
I love you too, you know.
All right, sounds good. Dump David, and then we're good to go. Snip, snap, snip, snap. What are we doing?
It ends with Kaufman driving home after his lunch with Amelia, thinking he knows how to finish the script.
Yeah,
That really.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Kaufman drives off from his encounter with Amelia, filled for the first time with hope.
Aw.
You pulled out really. You gave that person no room to stop, brother. Oh my God.
I love the song that you just throw right at the end. I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right. And then you've got the flowers. Wow. Because you just have to hit them at the end. You know, that's what he said. You just got to hit them hard at the end.
Time lapsing. Wow.
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 We're all one thing, Lieutenant. That's what I've come to realize. Like cells in a body. Captain, we can't see the body. The way fish can't see the ocean. And so we envy each other, hurt each other, hate each other. How silly is that? A heart cell hating a lung cell. Cassie from The Three. So it was a movie. In loving memory of Donald Kaufman. All right, that was our reaction to Adaptation. If you liked what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this or various movies, we'll get 3 movie reactions ahead of YouTube. Or even further in the form of full-length reactions, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. I mean, I might just say it now. This might be up there as one of my favorite movies I've ever seen now. Just because it's so meta and brilliant how it plays on top of itself. And I mean, the writing is so good. Like throughout the entire movie, we're watching this change of a person, but also change of a movie.
Yeah.
And also change of our expectations. It was really, really fitting and brilliant to see. I can't begin to stress how I can't even imagine how well thought out I mean, I'm even saying it now, like the writing was so thought out, but it's like we kind of saw it being thought out. And I wonder how much of this is like really accurate, because at the end of the day, we just watched a movie about a man who was writing the movie that we watched. So
right, yeah.
Super trippy. And I absolutely loved it because I felt like I got to get a better glimpse into the world of writing, an even better glimpse into the world of Charlie and how his mind works. And it was just, I gotta say the imagery, the metaphors, being able to go for them to bring up Ouroboros with the tail that ate itself and how everything came full circle, which is what this movie did, how it's called Adaptation, and the movie itself adapted, the characters adapted, the script adapted. It just was so, in my mind, it was so brilliant. And I feel like some people might think it's tacky, like, oh yeah, haha, it's adapted. No, but I thought it was really smart and clever, and I really, really like that about the movie. And I love the way that they're basically saying like, we know you more than you know you, because we're watching the movie and I'm like, yeah, this is like interesting. Okay, la da 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 da. And then we have this bam, like, hey, you got to make it more meaningful, more dramatic, because your audience is not going to like it, or they might get boring, or it's like, that's it, that's disappointing. And it's like, these are all the thoughts that kind of like we're going through at the same time. Like, yeah, this movie is kind of like that. And then the movie starts to pick up and dramatically change while still kind of having this brilliant identity. It's like, it's a movie that was searching for an identity, that even though the identity of the movie is a movie that searches for identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so trippy, and I absolutely love that. Nick Cage did a brilliant job, both as Donald and Charlie in this movie. Now, James has information about this movie he wanted us to know. I figured it's probably best we give our reaction, our thoughts, and then find out whatever information he wanted to tell us after we go through that. The performances were great. Meryl Streep was great. You know, I loved getting to see how it first became, he was first writing the book about her, and then it became more about himself and how she just became this like comic-y villain, essentially, because that's what the audience wants. I really, really, really like that. The score, the soundtrack was really good. It kind of felt like, one of the things it felt like the movie was trying to say is, like, with the soundtrack or with the score choosing Happy Together, it kind of felt like it was talking about itself. Like, imagine me and you, I do. Like, imagine me, the script, and you, the movie. Like, I think about you day and night, because it kept, he kept thinking about it day and night. So Happy Together, like, the movie itself is about itself. It's like happy with itself. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could be overthinking it, but I really like that aspect as well. I thought this had some of the best writing I've ever seen. Some of the best directing I've ever seen, in terms of making it what it was meant to be all along. It's very meta, very interesting. It's my type of movie, and I think I might put it up there as one of my favorites. Yeah, I thank you, James, for the suggestion. I thought this was an absolute blast. Something I could totally see myself rewatching, trying to see it from a different perspective. I know I didn't catch everything, especially towards the beginning. I started really picking up on things towards the end. The beginning was a little bumpier ride for me. Zay was catching a lot more, but it was still a really fun experience. And I love the full circle element of it all. Zay, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, without touching on all the obviously intricacies you already touched on, how of the Ouroboros and everything going on, because we all got to experience it real time. I think that genuinely it takes a very, very, being able to write a screenplay just in general, or write a film or write a book, already takes a creative mind. Art in any form takes a creative mind, but to be able to take such like an insane Ouroboros basically situation and not only execute it in a way that you notice it, we obviously noticed it as we were watching it, but for there really not to be any hiccups. In fact, we're just looking back like, see how everything's changing with it. It's a very unique film experience. And
yes, absolutely.
Not an experience you get. I've never had this experience with a film. I don't know if there's really any other film that has done it or has done it as successfully as this one has. But wow, it is a ride, because you guys even saw what was the reaction towards the end. Cam like, because like now the movie's developing with us, and now like we're getting the drama. Remember, you didn't want to say you had guns or drugs in it now, and so it's this. You had this fantastical third act that not only. Dude, it's crazy. It's just insane.
It is crazy.
The first two acts of the movie were they weren't boring, but they were dull, gray. Like, there wasn't a lot going on. It was a lot of his anxious thoughts and stuff going on. You're like, man, this guy's very sad. And then what matters? McKee says the third act matters. And that's where all of a sudden everything turns up and we're like glued to the screen. Like, what the fuck is going on? Huge shout out to the cast. The cast did absolutely phenomenal. Great casting. Nick Cage, again, did fantastic, playing both as Donald and oh my god, Charlie, yeah. But wow, just what an interesting and unique film. I wonder when the screenplay for this was proposed, how many times did they have to explain what was going on?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because if I was reading this on paper, I'd be like, wait, so hold on. I'd be like, you need to dumb this down for me because this is insane. Such a creative film. I gotta say, I agree with you. It's probably in my top of films that we've seen, just not even just on the channel, just in general. It is, again, unique. It's fresh. It was fun. It was funny, obviously, and the writing was next level because it had to be next level for it to all make sense and not have hiccups and stumble over itself. And with utilizing the score and the imagery, it was just a all around awesome watch, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And one of the things I gotta say is that I agree with you in terms of like the experience. I think one of the reasons it might be one of my favorite films now is just because it's such a different experience. I mean, for a group of two people that watch movies like all the time, it's like pretty much a job of ours now. It's always refreshing to come across an experience that is like none other, and that tackles so many different things that you and I are familiar with, which is watching movies, but still being able to give us a fresh take and a fresh look and a fresh experience on experiencing. So big props to that there, because I mean, that's why we watch movies, is to get experience and to feel something we didn't feel before, or to feel something fresh and new, and you know, and they did that. So with that being said, are you ready to get into the rating?
Absolutely.
Just so you guys know, we go from 0 to 10. We never give out zeros and we never give out 10s. Why? Because by giving out a 0, you're saying nothing could ever be worse than this movie. By giving out a 10, you're saying nothing could ever be better than this movie. That is our subjective opinion. 5 is average, 6 is good, 7 is great, 8 is beyond that, 9 is top tier cinema. We do give out decimal points like 9.9 and so on, if we so please. I want to give it a 9.7. I really enjoyed it. I really like this movie. I think that this type of idea, like you were saying, like trying to present it on a script, is like, wait, so what are we, I can't even imagine what it was like you said, reading the script. But and the brilliance it would take to write the script. Reading the script and writing the script is one thing, but I think what I'm more impressed with is how they were able to execute it, because this is something that could go terribly wrong. I could see this with the exact same script. Well, I don't know, maybe not the exact same script, because writing was fucking insanely good.
Yeah.
But I could see something with this idea being executed so poorly that it might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It might be too much, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But it did it right. It did it intricately and expressively, and it felt like a really fun ride. I really like the arc that we saw the characters go on. I mentioned that before. The pacing was really well done, because the movie, it wasn't like a pacing where like everything is like really perfect. It was like kind of like an exponential pacing, where it started to pick up more and more as time went on, and it kind of felt like, yeah, in a sense there was a lull, but that's what they wanted you to feel in the beginning. You had to get through that feeling to have that payoff with the pace. Now, I just remembered what I was gonna say. It just fucking came back to me. One of the things I really like too is that they had multiple layers of the idea of the Ouroboros snake, because one of the things we got, not only was the movie about a character writing the movie, but this idea of the snake eating itself, the character of Charlie, and I'm sure it has some resemblance on real life, what had these anxious habitual cycles in his head, almost like an OCD thing, where he kept kind of eating his own tail. Like, he's like, you're fat, you're pathetic, you know, maybe I'll go for a run, but no, you won't go for a run because you're pathetic, but maybe you should do this, but no, you can't. Like, it was just this snake eating itself. It was these thoughts, this vicious cycle that he was in, causing him to have these writer's block issues and things like that. And then he broke that cycle, and the movie broke out of the, disappointment, that it was not that the movie was disappointing, but the disappointing like tone that it was trying to present. So I really, really like that. I like the idea of how you had the character of LaRoche, who was this kind of character who himself kept kind of like going from one thing into another and breaking out of like a habit or a hobby, which I
Yeah.
thought was cool. Meryl Streep's character, who was one of the things about this movie, it kind of felt like was like trying to find a passion, and I really like that as well. Like, but at the end of the day, it seemed like his passion was writing, and her passion was writing, but then her passion became him, and then his passion became pleasing the audience. I don't know. It just there's a lot going on that I'm trying to like sort out, and I'm being
Yeah.
short circuited. I'm so curious what everybody else's thoughts are on this movie and their interpretations, because I feel like there could be a lot of interpretations. But overall, really enjoyed it. Why I couldn't give it higher than a 9.7? Maybe just because this is a movie that you have to ironically watch until the end to fully understand.
That's fair, yeah.
And I can see why some people might cut out early and then not get it. But I got it, so I don't know. Maybe just because there were moments that I was like, okay. I just wasn't perfect, but it was pretty damn close. One of my favorite movies of all time. So, Zay, what about you? Where do you put this?
Yeah, I'm at 9.7 as well. I think too, just to touch on something that I kind of agree with what you said on like the negative aspect is, if without watching this full movie, you don't get the full experience. B, because the idea of the film and what's going on is that the first two acts have to be null or dull and gray. It could definitely, I could see people 100% turning it off, being like, this movie sucks, this movie's boring, and not getting to have the satisfaction of
Which
the
is
third
what the
act.
movie's trying to prove. Like, yeah.
Right. So it almost is its own worst enemy in that sense, where if you have the wrong crowd of people, they're gonna rate this like, nah, this movie blows. Like, I don't feel like watching this. But it did so much right. Again, the writing was so fantastic. Again, what played into its own writing as well. Having those first two acts be so dull made the third act not only so fantastical and like so engaging, but it just added to the emphasis of everything that was going on, the idea of the film. Again, the casting was spot on. The score was great. So there was actually some pretty decent cinematography. There wasn't like too many like artsy shots, but speaking of artsy, another thing to give it props to, this movie is definitely a more artistic type of movie.
Absolutely.
But didn't get it overly artistic, and with fantastic poetic writing and like quotes from characters. Like, it was, wow.
One of the best. I mean, I will tell you right now, it's probably in my top 3 best lines of all time when he said, what you love makes you who you are, not what loves you, essentially, or something like that. But it was brilliant.
100%. I think there's a lot of a lot of deeper just like meaning and like ideas and values of like, like you need like what you love that makes you, not what loves you back. You know, it doesn't matter what necessarily other people think about. It's like, well, what do you engage with? What do you enjoy doing? What is your passion? Passion's a very huge thing. And being someone that's like, I've had my hand in the pot of like several different things, from streaming to YouTube, music production, all this. And it's like, well, what is your passion? This has been more of my passion. I was like, oh, I found it. And so it makes you feel so much more, it makes the world again feel less chaotic, kind of like what they were touching on, like whittle it down. Like, it's okay to have a lot of interest, but like, what's your passion? That'll help you be able to, it'll make the world a little bit more understandable and easy to engage with. And I agree with it 100%. Again, Cam also hobby hops sometimes.
Hobby
hops. So it's like, we both understand what it was getting at. And I think that's why maybe it even kind of spoke a little bit more to us, is understanding. I'm sure people of course can relate to it, but dude, a top tier film, a top film all time that I've seen as well, and just a fantastic experience.
Yeah, they had so many. I mean, you couldn't say any better than you did. And just the poetic lines. I mean, it was they had so many like mature and deep themes throughout. Even though the movie wasn't about, I mean, the movie was about that, but like at the time it wasn't, and then it became about that. It's just like when she's like was talking about how like it's a fantastical fleeting dream, or like basically like you're right there but you don't get to it. Like they just covered so many different themes. I absolutely loved it. All right, well, let's see what James has to say. I will say, before I read what James has to say, The one thing I had you take your headphones off that I knew
Okay.
is because I accidentally saw what he said in one part, which was Donald is not real. He was never real. This guy doesn't have a twin brother or anything
That
like
makes
that.
it so much more interesting because it's like his two two separate
Yeah.
personalities and learning to.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. It's almost like he was always seeing the person he wanted to be, but never
Right.
wouldn't allow himself to be.
And then
almost.
once he changed into something more like that, Donald dies. So,
Yeah.
but let's see what James has to say. Okay, James says, based on writer Charlie Kaufman's struggle to adapt the best-selling book of The Orchid Thief by Susan Orlean, Kaufman quickly got writer's block since the book lacked the dramatic structure needed for a movie. So he decided to write a screenplay about himself struggling to write a book adaptation, exaggerating many of the story elements and characters, and making up new ones, such as non-existent twin brother Donald Kaufman. Knowing that the producers would reject the idea, he did not tell them about the new direction in which he was taking the story and simply handed in the finished script. Although this move was supported by Spike Jonze, Kaufman himself believed it would end his career, but it didn't. Charlie Kaufman was nominated for a Golden Globe with Donald Kaufman, despite the latter being a fictional character. They were also both nominated for an Academy Award, and the Academy made it known that in the event of a victory, the two brothers would have to share one statue. So basically, everything you hear Mr. McKee say in the writer seminar is all stuff the actual Kaufman did in this script. Yeah, and we figured that for the most part, but thanks for confirming that because we would sound like idiots if we weren't,
Yeah, for real.
But that
Holy
is
shit.
interesting. How even with this brilliant and he says in the very end, the credits say in loving memory of Donald Kaufman, the completely made up brother. So it's interesting to see that, like, even with this brilliantly well thought out film, he thought there was a chance this was going to end his career. Like, are people going to read through the entire script? I mean, this is all things that we talked about. So, James, thank you so much for that information, for confirming that. Yeah, anything you want to say about that?
It's such an interesting. I'm just glad we understood the film because
Yeah.
there's a lot of we've seen films that were complicated and we didn't understand, films that were less complicated we made complicated. But again, I think that this is what I'm saying with like the artisticness of this film is that you can digest it. It's not.
It wasn't Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, it's not so out of. And Mulholland Drive was great. We loved it, but it's not.
But it was crazy.
It was so hard to like map everything, and I still see comments where people are like, "Ah, well, actually, this is what's." I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like, dude, I have to rewatch it at this point. But
Yeah,
this film is super cool, super digestible. I hope it's a film that gets shown in film classes and stuff because I think you can learn a lot from like writing and just kind of a whole bunch of different things. I think there's again a lot of themes and real life just experiences and everything could be adapted from or understood from this. And yeah, just wow. And that's such interesting information. Thank you for the extra information. And what a freaking experience. I'll say it again.
Oh yeah. Well, with that being said, thank you guys again for being here. Thank you for the support. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, guys, my Twitch will be linked down in the description below. Feel free to stop in, tune in, say what's up. Let me know if you're from the channel. I got a few of you guys already coming over from the channel, so it's super cool to see you guys there. Another way to engage with myself and Cameron when he is on there as well in a live setting outside of our YouTube live streams. Stay tuned for those as well. And it's always great to see people over there chit-chat about possible upcoming reactions, past reactions, etc. So make sure you tune on in.
Yeah, you never know. You might get a stream about him trying to make a stream about him trying to make a stream about him trying to make a stream.
I might have to do that.
With that being said, listen, everybody. Don't snort green drugs. We will see you guys on the next one. And